everyone. So our project is called the Seaholm Recreation, and we were initially interested in the Seaholm site because the idea of redesigning an existing abandoned building really appealed to all of us. So the Seaholm water plant has a great view and downtown location, which gave us inspiration for a lot of different ideas. And as you will see in our presentation, we incorporated many of our unique ideas to create a diverse and vibrant space we were also able to utilize the many skills that our mentors have taught us this year. Thank you for listening, and I really hope you enjoy our presentation. And here's all of our students. So my name is Veda Barad, and
my name is Eugene Sarbayev.
My name is Lou Lefebvre.
My name is Alyssa Sanchez.
My name is Kyle Larson.
My name is Kaylin Bella.
And my name is Chris Kaler.
And our mentors are Louis, Ram, and Amber.
We wanted to transform the area of the old Seaholm power plant, as seen in the top left picture, into a fun, usable area for the public to access. We want to create a more diverse space that the downtown Austin doesn't have to offer. And as you can see, there are 3 separate buildings located on the property that we will be able to combine into one to create more space for the different occupations we had in mind. And there's plenty of space inside and out of the building, as you can see in the top right corner, for activities we wanted to host. With all the space we have to use, this creates many different ideas we had. There's limited parking space that the property has available to the public, as seen in the bottom left, but there's an access from buses, streets, and walking paths to create easy access to the people of downtown. The building is also on Lady Bird Lake, and because of its location on the lake, it creates different forms of entertainment that most places don't have.
There are several factors that affect the Seaholm Center, such as the number of different shopping areas and buildings around the area. Across the street from the intake center, there is the Austin Public Library and a variety of stores and food areas. The variety of shops allow people from different areas to come around the area more often. And there are also several paid parking areas, one specifically for the Seaholm Center, and there are also several across the street for the public library and the power plant. While most of the foot traffic around the Seaholm intake comes from the shopping areas, there are also several walking and bike paths around the intake center, which allow people to walk safely, but these bike paths are also surrounded by Lady Bird Lake, which gives it a beautiful view.
We have a few issues that will need to be addressed on the site. First of all, we will need to combine the 3 separate buildings on our site into a single building on one concrete base. Next, we will need to replace much of the wall with glass windows in order to open up more of the building and increase the amount of natural light that we'll be receiving. We'll also need to fill in some holes with concrete where the generators and the power plant used to be. We also want to try to keep as much of the original building as we can in order to help retain the history of the building. Finally, we will also try to integrate our deck into Lady Bird Lake as much as possible in order to allow the guests to enjoy their experience on the water.
When it came to our decision-making process, we had a lot of fun decisions we came up with. The first one was the restaurant and bar, and we thought it would be a great location to take a break and have some food. It also has a great view because of the lake, and there's a lot of people coming from the library. So we thought it would be a great location for the masses of people coming from downtown area to serve some wonderful food on the lake with a great view.
For our second idea, we were thinking a theater, and we just kind of thought that it was a good location for a theater because it was a very central location and people could easily gather there. But in the end, we decided determining that the area wasn't big enough for a theater.
Another option we came up with was the visitor center to give out information about Austin, but we didn't think it would make the best use of the site.
We also came up with the idea to incorporate a museum into our building because it would give people a chance to see how the building was as a water plant back in the day. It also gave people a new look on how the world was back when the water plant was running and what the city was like originally.
An idea we had during this process that we chose to pursue was a recreation center. This allows for people to get exercise as well as enjoy the other activities offered. We wanted to try and to include a diverse amount of activities that visitors may participate in.
The mask model displays a new open area concept added to the intake to make the walls and let in more light with more windows. There's also displays a new paved area leading into the building with an open area for people to walk around and roam. There are also sitting areas on the second level above the storage area. The back part of the view displays the extended sitting area and water sports area for people to go sit and relax when they get food from the cafe, and also an area for people to perform and hang around for music.
So our team ultimately chose to design our building into a recreational entertainment center because we wanted our space to serve a greater purpose than the traditional rec center. We wanted to be unique. We wanted to offer more than what just a rec center has to offer. Our building was going to bring the community together, offer a non-traditional variety of activities, promote a healthy lifestyle through exercise and social activities in a format that has something to offer to everyone. Our space is diverse because it includes a cafe, outdoor swings, outdoor life-size board games such as chess and Jenga. It has a basketball court that our second floor has been dedicated to, an outdoor deck that serves as an extension to all of our water sports, and it can also function to support any other activities on the lake.
On our first floor, our front entrance will be the first thing you experience when you enter the building. It will include a reception desk in order to check in, a small museum in order to show the history of the site, and some furniture so that people can sit down and relax. This room will lead into our restaurant and bar.
In the restaurant and bar, we have a cafe so that people walking or biking on the paths can come in, relax, and have a bite to eat. The cafe also creates an opportunity for people to come in and talk with their friends and just hang out for a little bit and have food before heading over to the water sports or fitness areas.
The rest of the first floor includes the gym, which we wanted to have a view of the lake, and it also has the locker rooms and pools for when people get finished exercising.
On our second floor, we decided to have a basketball court. Although we have a lot of activities outdoors, the basketball court is the one place where we can have many different activities indoors. The basketball court will be a full court with wooden floors, 2 baskets on each side of the court, and 4 baskets, 2 on one side of it and 2 on the other side. There will be glass all around for natural lighting that overlook the lake because we want to have as much light from the outside so that we don't have to use electricity. Some of the activities besides basketball that we want to include in the gym would be volleyball, badminton, indoor soccer, and also we want to have camps for kids so that they have a place to have fun and enjoy their time when they're off in the summer or holidays or spring break.
So for the back deck, our original idea was to place it on the banks of Lake Austin for live music performances next to our original idea, which was a restaurant. But as our plan changed from a restaurant to a recreation center, we found new uses for the deck. It can provide outdoor shaded seating, water sports storage space, so like a space to store canoes and kayaks and life jackets and paddles, and a place to launch these water sport vehicles from. And on the back of the building, there's the word Berndranik graffitied into the wall. The origins of the graffiti and what it means is kind of a debated and a mystery, but we believe that it is the tag of the graffiti artist that put it there, and we intend to keep it there as a way to maintain the history of the building.
This picture is a view from the lake, and it shows the paths leading towards the building, so how the runners can access the building. And we wanted to keep the trees and get people involved with the outdoor games and the water sports. And the windows will help bring in the light from the outdoors, and they will also provide a great view.
Some of the different materials we decided to use was one, glass, which we talked about many times before, to provide natural lighting just so we can reduce the electricity we use.
And another material we used was steel because it's really strong and flexible and can be used for lots of things like supporting the building, the exoskeleton, and also to fill in the gaps between the current buildings, which is 3 different buildings, so that we can turn it into one big building.
We also wanted to use tiles to give a new look to the interior of the building. They're also good for water resistance from foot traffic coming in and out. Tiles are also easy maintenance for cleaning and be able to withstand water, unlike some other forms of materials.
We will also include.
Limestone. Oh, sorry, I should have gotten second, but I didn't mute myself fast enough. Since limestone is one of Austin's architectural elements widely used in our downtown buildings, we wanted to incorporate that into our design as well. So our exterior walls are built with limestone.
We'll also be including concrete in our construction. Concrete is very useful for the construction of the building, and as well as filling in holes from the generators.
Our final material will be wood, which will be used for the deck and the floor of the basketball court.
Since this is a new building and we wanted to include a lot of different sustainable solutions, the first solution we came up with was solar panels, because we want our building to have net zero, which means we want to have 0 sources of power coming from the outside, and we want the building to function on its own. Next, we have the WELL certification, which is a certification of how the environment impacts human well-being through air, water, nourishment, light, fitness, comfort, and minds. And that's just to show how we care about our employees and how we want to make our space more better and innovative. Next is low VOC materials. And we want to have low VOC because we want it to be less harmful. And in order to be WELL certified, and also another certificate, AGB certified, you need to have low VOC materials. Next, we want to reuse all the water possible. So we'll have a drainage system on our property so we can reuse for sprinkler systems, etc. And then we move on to native landscaping, and we want to keep the nature that's already there on our property to show the history, and like we want to keep it as original as possible. Next is we want to reuse as many materials that we will have during construction, because we will be creating one building. And lastly, but most importantly, is local materials. We want to support local businesses, and in order to reduce CO2 emissions, keeping closer places where we get our materials would be better for the environment.
Thank you all for listening to our presentation. We hope that you have enjoyed our presentation as much as we've enjoyed making it. We look forward to seeing your comments. Thank you.